Using food to balance your hormones is possible. You just have to pick the right foods. It's always interesting to me to see experts debate on whether food makes a difference with hormones. And I'm here to tell you, after 15 years of working with patients at Center Spring MD, that the answer is absolutely yes. Food is a fundamental when you're trying to balance and reset your hormones. It was a part of my own healing journey and something that I had to learn, unfortunately, the hard way. And I certainly don't want that for you. I talk about this in my latest book, The Hormone Shift, and what we're going to do now is really break down exactly what's in the book, because a big part of picking the right foods is all about building your hormone energy. That's right, everyone thinks about energy in terms of being tired or not being able to focus. But remember, there's hormone energy too, which is driving all of that. So here's how we're going to start this conversation around food and healthy hormone balance. We're going to start by building your hormones, and building them by building energy, a very Eastern medicine concept. They use the words chi or prana to really help provide your body with what it needs to build hormones naturally. All right, let's get started. So the first concept, and I talk about this in the book, is really about thinking more about your mitochondria. So we're gonna begin this by talking about how to build up and really strengthen your mitochondria. Now, mitochondria is a big word. It confuses everybody when I say it, but it's really important for you to understand and know, because the mitochondria lives in every single cell, and it's kind of like the motor of those cells, driving it, forcing it to do the work it's supposed to do. So many people get into a hormone dilemma, but don't understand that we have to start with just cellular energy. If we're not doing that, you don't have the energy to carry out any kind of plan, leave alone a hormone plan. So how do we do that? We pick foods that really help to build your mitochondria. Those foods are some of the ones that I've demonstrated here today. They're high in glutathione. Glutathione is an antioxidant. It's literally feeding oxygen into the cells. It's plumping up those mitochondria, and it's helping your body do the work it's supposed to do. Mitochondria are so important, in fact, that they're actually tied to aging. And remember, the Eastern concept around perimenopause and menopause and aging is that we drive that bus towards it slower or faster, depending on how we live our lives. So where do we start? We start with the mitochondria, and we start to include foods that boost glutathione. So some of those include things like green smoothies. So you'll see in my book, especially in the first week, all these recipes for green smoothies, and I want you guys to play with them and get comfortable with them. And in fact, I have a ton of videos that talk about how to make good green smoothies. So maybe check those out if you want some more ideas, or get my book, The Hormone Shift, when we have all of that laid out for you. Now, when you are making a green smoothie, here's what happens. Whether you choose kale or spinach or dandelion greens, whatever it is, or beetroots, whatever it is, you are releasing glutathione from those particular foods. And when you go to drink it right away, you are flooding your cells with glutathione. That's why green smoothies became so popular and people enjoyed them so much. So that's one hack you can use to start to balance your hormones by building your mitochondria. Add in one green smoothie every single day. Another piece of this puzzle is not just around glutathione, but understanding that protein is a part of building energy and powering up those cells and getting them to do the work you need to do. Again, same thing, I see patients all the time, and they're trying to do these complicated plans, but they're simply not getting enough protein. And here's the deal, many of our lean proteins not only give you protein power and help balance your blood sugar, but they also are a source of glutathione. So we're back to talking about the mitochondria. So some of the great sources of protein that I like to incorporate are things like fatty fishes, like salmon, or lean proteins like chicken or beef, or even goat or lamb. They are providing sort of ounce for ounce, first of all, a lot of bioavailable protein, and secondly, glutathione. So you want to bring those in, make sure they're well sourced, and I do think it's an important part of the hormone puzzle, and so many of you are crashing your hormones because you are low in protein. Now, the general rule I'm throwing out there is about 20 to 30 grams of protein every 4 hours or so. I talk a lot about protein in this video right here if you want to check it out and get a few more ideas around protein and how to get those 20 to 30 grams in your system. But one of the hacks that I use, and honestly, I don't know that I would get my protein grams without doing it, is bringing in a protein powder. So whatever the brand, choose a vegan protein powder because that's easier on the gut, it's more digestible, and you want to look at the label at the back and make sure you're getting, whatever the serving size is, about 20 to 30 grams of protein in your protein powders. Now this particular one scoop is 20 grams. I have others where it takes 2 scoops to get to 20 grams. So again, do your label reading to make sure you're really getting to the right amount. And you can enrich that protein even more, right? You can add some of the greens to it if you like that taste. You can add nut butters to it to get an additional 7 grams. You can add ground flax seeds or ground chia seeds to get fiber plus protein, and you can have fun with it. But all of this is a part of healthy hormone balance. And the first part in balancing your hormones naturally using food is really focusing around energy. So energy is where you start. I know there's so much information out there and everybody gets so confused. Start with energy. If your cells don't have energy, you won't have energy, and your hormones certainly won't know what to do. So bring in the high glutathione foods. I've got so many examples right here. Add in protein, eat consistently, and those are your first steps. They're also laid out in the hormone shift in the first week of the plan to help you build energy as a part of balancing your hormones naturally. I post new videos every week. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we're going to continue to dive deep into this hormone conversation.